When it comes to traditional therapy, I do not have the best track record, and because of that, it has led me to have to be my own therapist. The few interactions I've had with traditional therapy have not gone so well. When I was 22 and I was in university, my university was fortunate enough to have mental health and physical health built into our tuition, so I was able to go to the university doctor free of extra charge, and I was also able to get therapy free of extra charge. And so when I was a senior in college, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take advantage of this free therapy before I graduate and use what my tuition is going towards. So to make a long story short, I could make a whole video about this situation, but my therapist never showed up. And that really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And the one time I did have an interaction with her, it just did not feel genuine. Anyway, she didn't show up, and when she did show up, she was like an hour late, and she was like, oh, you're a new patient, that's why I forgot. And I'm like, you're a fucking therapist. If I was in a worse mental state than I was going in there, that legit could have been life or death, and you're gonna sweep it off as I was a new patient. That was just not freaking okay with me. Obviously, I never went back to her, and I was so hurt by the situation, I just never went back to that therapy in general. And now I'm 27, wish I could afford it, but to be honest, I'm sure as most of you know, therapy is extremely expensive. I mean, there's things like BetterHelp that are less expensive than traditional in-person therapy. However, it's still expensive. We're not gonna try to beat around the bush. So, due to those reasons, I am my own therapist now. And because of that, I'm gonna do a weekly mental health check-in on this channel. Honestly, I am not doing this type of video for the views. I more want this as a benchmark to be able to look back on. You know, obviously the entire point of this channel is building my monetary success to $1 million, but you can't just build money without building yourself and your own mental well-being. So, which brings me to the past few days. It's been rough for me mentally. The past few days, I've honestly just been really down on myself. 2 days ago, I just didn't get enough done, and I felt really unproductive, and then that unproductivity brought me to be like, what am I even doing with my life? And I kind of got into a spiral. Yesterday, I felt like I got a decent amount done, and yet, when I went to bed, I was in tears. To be really raw and completely honest with you, I was honestly just feeling really sorry for myself. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know the direction I'm trying to go in. Nobody wants to watch my shit. TikTok is failing. I haven't posted any of these videos yet on YouTube, so I just have this preconceived notion that no one's gonna watch my YouTube videos, which I know is a really, really detrimental mind space to be in, but that's how I was feeling yesterday. And I was just crying because I was feeling low. And honestly, I'm a very positive person. I like to stay upbeat. I like to stay in a positive mindset. Sometimes maybe it's even a little toxically positive. I can truly find the positives in just about anything. And yesterday, I just needed to cry. I'm a huge advocate for crying. I think it's very therapeutic. I think that just let it out there, you know? Crying is okay.
Public service announcement.
At the end of the 10 or 15 minutes feeling sorry for myself, I genuinely did feel better. I started to think about the things I'm grateful for. That's one thing that I do, is try to get my mind space in the avenue of gratitude, even if it's like, I'm thankful for my comfortable pillow. Just switching your brain from, oh, I am so sad, to things you're grateful for. It will instantly boost your mood, even if you don't want it to. Because at the end of the day, for me, there's no other option. I do not want to go get a traditional job. My dream is genuinely to make this YouTube channel work and to build an audience and to actually fulfill my dreams of doing those things. And that is so scary to say out loud, but hopefully people care about it. And if they don't, then I guess I'm just gonna keep making videos for myself because I actually find genuine enjoyment in it. Just because at this point in my life, I have to be my own therapist, and that's what I can afford right now. I am a huge advocate for mental health, which leads me to my next point, that I don't think that traditional therapy is the only form of therapy. I think that you can go to a yoga class and get therapy. You can work out and get therapy. I actually just learned that your muscles on a scientific level hold dopamine. So when you work out, you get this huge dopamine rush and your muscles hold onto it. So when you're feeling depressed or anxious or any of those things, your muscles will release dopamine into your body and legit help you with mental health and with anxiety and depression and things like that. So just a little side scientific note, I think that is such a wild fact to think about. Your body is so powerful, and all I want people to know is like following your own intuition is so important, and figuring out how to listen to your own intuition might just be the key to life. Putting it out there, what do you think? Simply talking about things and putting things out there in words, whether that's written words or spoken words or telling somebody something, I truly believe sets you free. I've had multiple things in my life where I felt confined to having to keep it to myself. It's its own form of mental release, being able to just be like, I don't have to hold all of that pressure and that secret inside. A more positive example of this is coming out. I was in the closet for 3 years, and it was a stressful 3 years. You're constantly worried about who's gonna find out and feeling like you can't be yourself and you can't show a part of you. And then all of a sudden you let it out and you feel so free and so proud, hence the word pride and the celebration of pride, because that is genuinely how you feel when you've gone through that. It feels so powerful, and not just with coming out and being in the LGBTQ community. That can be with anything. Letting it out could set you free. Again, if that's what you feel is best for you and following your own intuition. Come on. On this channel, I obviously want to show you the best. I want to show you tricks and tips on how to become financially free as I am working through it myself. But at the same time, this channel, you are gonna see everything. I'm gonna do a weekly mental health update, and I just wanna talk and be super real. I think there's too many times where people on the internet only wanna show the best things, and it's too easy to do that as a creator. It's too easy to only show the highlight reel, and sitting down and making these really vulnerable videos can be really difficult. And I just want you to know that if you're following my channel, expect things like this, because I think that this is just as important as the really hyped big things. To wrap it up, last 2 days have been rough. I cried, I felt sorry for myself. I wasn't super productive, and I just wasn't feeling 100% good about myself, but I'm turning it around and I'm feeling super good. I'm about to launch this channel. By the time this video gets posted, there should be almost 10 videos out. So if you enjoyed this, think about subscribing and go check out some of my other videos. I promise you some of them are more exciting than this. And I hope you have a good day, follow your intuition, and much love.